I didn't think that I would be next. I didn't think it would ever happen to me. I had thought that they wouldn't be able to find me or that I was just far out of their reach. I was dead wrong because that is exactly what he was looking for. Now, as I write, I'm being stalked down like a mouse is by a cat. I suppose I should tell you, though, how I got to this point. I was home alone one night and decided to browse the deep web. For those of you who don't know, the deep web is a place you should never visit unless you have the stomach for it. It is a darker side of the web that contains just about every vile thing about humanity that you can imagine. However, unless you have these things called bitcoins, which range at about $400 US, you can't access this darker stuff. But if you find the right sites and have the patience, you may be able to get bitcoins for free. Anyway, I got curious on this night and thought, Mom won't be home for a while. One peek can't hurt. I heard about the deep web by listening to some horror stories narrated on YouTube. The narrators all say they're true, but I have my doubts. In the stories, they all state that for those who don't know how to access the deep web, you need to download a browser called Tor that allows you to browse more anonymously than incognito on Google. So, I downloaded Tor and got to work. It wasn't as bad as the story said it was. The worst thing that I came across was the black market. While browsing, I came across a link called Gateway to the Shadow Web that read, "Send 0.3 BTC to this web address. You will receive access instructions and the link address in 1 to 2 days. After a great deal of time, I had accumulated enough bitcoins and sent them to the address. The next day went by without an email until the day after, when I finally received a confirmation email. That night, I went on the shadow web and did some browsing. I stayed away from the gory sites and the red rooms as much as possible and focused more on the forums because I knew what to expect on there. I ran across the one forum that had these people chatting about many dark things surrounding the chat topic. As I was scrolling, I noticed at the very bottom that some anonymous user left nothing more than a link. Being the curious child that I am, I clicked on it, thinking that it would lead to an article or something on the topic. As much as I would like to say that it led to another forum, I can only say that it led to what I feared it would be: a red room. Before I go any further, I will explain what a red room is. Most red rooms are known for being gory in some way, and most people who don't know this are very unprepared. The only way you can exit out of a red room is by cutting the power source from the computer. If I had known this, I wouldn't have been in this mess. I knew what to expect, which is why I wanted so desperately to get out. However, I didn't know how to get out since I'd never had experience with them. It was dark at first, which scared me. But when a masked man appeared on the screen and started talking is when I felt fear sink in.
Welcome, everyone! I know that all you aren't here to watch me talk all night, so I'll just get to it. Tonight, we have a young woman from the streets. She has no idea what an honor it is to be a part of this tonight, and how she will be remembered for the future. Although she won't profit from this one, some of you will. Before we start betting, I need to go over the rules just to ensure that things won't go crazy.
Rules? Betting? What? I couldn't even think straight at this point because I was just so bewildered by this. After the masked man went over the rules, I had finally understood what was about to begin. This was a betting contest to see who could put this poor woman through torture. The broadcast continued, and the betting began. There were chat boxes at the bottom of the screen telling the masked man what to do to the woman. She was a very petite-looking woman, so I would imagine that anything that they would abuse her with would hurt her more than it would hurt someone like me. As the abuse went on, as her screams filled my ears, I was looking for a way to exit the red room because I couldn't bear to watch and do nothing. As I was panicking, I yelled aloud to myself, "This is sick! Once you find a way to exit this nightmare, go straight to the cops!"
What did you just say?
The screaming stopped, and I was looking at the man in the mask. I didn't think he's even in the same room because this room is pitch black with the exception of the glow from the laptop screen. It was at this moment that I realized that my mic was on, and I couldn't turn it off.
What, can't handle my show? I'm just trying to have some fun. I mean, everyone else gets to have fun with their hunting and video game shit, but I can't? I get to have the fucking 5-0 on me? How would you like to be featured in my next show, Tess? Come on, a nosy, beautiful brunette like yourself would be bid on instantly at a high price. Oh wait, you look confused. It's okay, you don't need to worry because I have everything under control. Now hold still while I take your picture.
Take my... Oh God! Once I realized that my webcam was on, I immediately covered it, still trying to exit the red room.
Take your hand off the webcam or else I'll come to you sooner, you bitch. That's right, I know where you live. You should really consider using better security on your laptop because I was able to access it quicker than I accessed my own.
I was horrified. So horrified that I wanted to puke. But I complied, and he took the picture.
There's a good girl.
I heard coming from the screen. While he was humming to pass the time, while he was doing something on his computer, the thought of removing the battery came to my mind. Immediately, I flipped my laptop over, took out the battery, threw my laptop, and cried. I had no idea what in the world I had just seen. I didn't eat, sleep, or feel much of anything after that for quite a few days. My experience with the deep web happened almost a week ago, and I'm still on edge. I realized that I'm being stalked when I was walking home from the local market 2 nights ago to see a black SUV keeping a freakishly close distance to me. I let it slide that night, I know, stupid, but not last night. I took more detours than I even know existed on that route to avoid the SUV. When my mom asked, I just told her that there was an incredibly long line at the market. I had the same thing happen to me tonight, and I have no doubt that this is connected to my encounter with the deep web. If I am to die tonight, I just want everyone to know that I didn't enjoy any bit of what I saw, and I'm strongly against it. I also want everyone to know that I truly am genuinely a nice girl. I hope that no one ever has to experience what that woman did. With that, I'm signing off and going to bed since it's now 2:47 a.m. I'll update in the morning.
Wake up, Tess. You're next.